Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while and don't really have anything new exactly, but I never did a flip through for August, so I thought I would do that. I'm still, the September 1st, the Hobonichi store um, released their 2015 line, and I bought a lot of stuff, like a lot of things in their accessory category, but I didn't buy a new Hobonichi because this one is the cousin spring version, and it doesn't end until April. I was thinking about buying a cover, but I really didn't. I don't know. I wasn't that crazy about any of the new covers. With the exception of maybe the couple of leather ones that were like several $100s, and that wasn't happening. So I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing before, which is to find a image, and I didn't put it in the back pocket because there's a saying on the back, but the first one I just slid in the back pocket, so really the only thing you saw was the front. But I mean, it's a way to change the look of it as often as you want with just stuff you have around, which this was inside of a Flow magazine. You would need the cover, the plastic cover on cover for this, but I know a lot of people have that, so it's just a good way to change up, the outside of the planner without spending any money, which is really nice. I don't know if I don't know how many of these I showed or how many of them I didn't. The decorating. I started doing this in my file effects back in December, I think. And I just continued doing it in the Hobonichi. And I mean, I really like it. It's fun. It's easy to do. The drawings are small. And if I do something I hate, I stick a postage stamp over it, like a, bless you, bless you. I stick a postage stamp over it or some washi tape. I don't really use these for planning, I just kind of use them for fun. Although if something did happen that I want to note, I will write it in. So that was May, and June. June was a lot of plants and feathers and gingham. Oh, I did show this. I remember I remember showing you the gingham. I didn't do much for July. I actually was sticking little extra bits of washi on. When I have leftovers, I was putting that on. I was going to fill the month, but I never did. And I did I can't remember what kind of flower this is. I'm blanking out. I think it's an orchid. I can't remember. I did it from a picture, but I actually think it's an orchid. So this was August, and I did plant. I did a lot this month, more than I had before. I've got a pansy and roses and a stamp, and then this big messy vine that didn't turn out very well. The little dandelions that turn into the puffs. I can't remember what this was. This is a lily. I can't remember what that was, or that one. Oh, bluebell. Another one of these larger designs. And then just sort of random. I think these might have been poppies. Another rose. This is a I think it's called the plumeria. It's a Hawaiian flower. Do not remember what those were. Those were just random. So that was August, and I think pretty much that's it. I had started trying to do a drawing in here that was mostly pencil, and a lot of pencil. Like I have the Pentel 8-color pencil. Is not great for this paper. This is too smooth, and the pencil's too waxy, and it didn't come out very well. So I don't know whether I'm going to cover that or try to redo it or what I'm going to do, but the Tomoe River paper is better with pen than it is with pencil, particularly, you know, really waxy pencils. So this is July. That was one of my favorite pictures that I did. That isn't anybody in particular. I just really like that one. And I had a period where I didn't do much in here, and I have a lot of blank pages because I was thinking about switching, and I did actually switch. I switched like 3 times within a period of a couple of days. But in the end, what I really want is to finish this. Excuse me, I have a cold. I really want to finish this year that I started, and you know, I've sort of got an eye for doing that, and I think sometimes it'll be harder and I won't want to do it, and other times I'll be really jazzed, and sometimes I won't have much to write. But I'm okay with blank pages. I actually use blank pages. I'll show you what I use them for a little bit later. So this was a period where I was trying a few other things, and then I came back to it, and I used the weekly this weekly fold out for menu planning, but I have to buy the September pages, the A5 pages, because I only had August. So, I mean, you can, this is what I do with the blank pages. I need art swatches for my colored pencils, because a lot of times I'm grabbing a pencil that looks a certain way, but then when I draw with it, it looks entirely different. And then when I put the watercolor, because these are all watercolor pencils, when I put the watercolor pencils on them, it looks entirely different. And then when it dries, it looks even differenter. So I'm not experienced enough to predict how things are going to look, and not familiar enough with the pencils even. So I use blank pages for this, and I still have more to do. And I tried some, these are regular drawing pencils, they're not watercolor pencils. I tried a bunch of different kinds in different softnesses. I didn't really get any hard ones, but the one I ended up liking the most was this Mars Lumio Staedtler pen. And the reason was, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but these all have a, I don't think you're going to be able to see this. Well, maybe right here. Maybe you can see. It's got a little bit of a sheen on this one. And it does for all of these. But these two pencils are entirely flat. And it makes the color much deeper and much richer. Even though this is a 10B, I mean, this is a much softer pencil, but you can see, there you go, you can see it. But it's got a sheen to it that takes away some of the depth, whereas this one is totally flat. And even though it's not as soft a pencil on the pencil scale as this one, it reads so much richer. And that's why I need to do these, because I can't predict any of that stuff. This was my Tomo River testing for water and highlighter, and there is the Propus highlighters, window highlighters, actually are okay with one pass. I mean, you can't go over it and over it. I wasn't surprised that it didn't do well with the water. I was surprised how badly it did with this highlighter, which pretty much works for everything. I am using it, but it's sort of like one swipe and you're done. The only thing that held up to water and highlighter entirely are the micron pigment markers. And some more blank pages. I did a Greyhound portrait for somebody, and they sent me this card. Look at that. How sweet are they? I got my Flow magazine, and there was a coupon in it for, I'm not even sure what. And I did some journaling here. I did it for a couple of days. I think I really need to do more of that. And at this point I was still sort of just writing and not writing that much and trying my best to make a go of it, and it did not feel good that day. So I did a little, I don't even know what that is, a little yuck face, basically. So and here's some more. I just was into flora for some reason this month. You know, getting back into the, I don't know, trying to make it look nice kind of mode. And then I decided maybe what I needed to do was split the page into different sections, and I did need, do, make, which was like stuff I wanted to make ahead of time, like oatmeal, hard-boiled eggs. It wasn't like a crafting make, it was like a food make. This was what I planned to eat. This was go, this was create, this was the creative thing. This was letters, and this was take, which was vitamins and meds and stuff like that. And I have to say it worked really well. It was very easy for me to figure out what I had to do, and you know, it isn't all jumbled together like my to-do lists tend to be. It's a little hard to, I don't know, like when I'm writing it, it makes sense. After I write it, it's sort of hard to figure out what I had to do and where and what the task was involved with. And this actually really worked well. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it looked. It wasn't really that enjoyable. I'm using these graphs from the DIY Fish Midori Traveler's Notebook. This is one piece, and I'm gonna make a go of tracking habits again, but also there's like a ton of new TV shows I want to watch because there are so many on now that I don't like, that I'm excited about the possibility that there may be a show or two that I really like. So I wrote the show, the name in here, and I wrote the day of the month that it starts, and then I filled all in here because, you know, this is just before the show, so it was hard to see just like random little dots in there, but now I can see when the show starts and maybe I'll like it. And this was also the day that the Hobonichi store opened for 2015, and I ordered a lot of stuff. I didn't order a planner. I'm not going to do that till April. I didn't order a cover, but I did order like a boatload of stuff that hopefully will be coming soon. And actually started to do something I'd never done before, which was to write in a thicker pen and kind of like outline some keywords. And I liked the way it looked, but it also, when I did this, sort of allowed me to like zoom in on, like this said start Katie, and that was one of the greyhounds. But highlighting Katie this way made it easy for me to see what my tasks were that day. This is one I just finished. So, and then I decided I was going to just, outline everything. And I mean, I like the way it looks, but honestly, it doesn't really help me too much in working stuff out. It was really, really hot that day. It was like, I don't know, it was close to 100 degrees, and it was close to 50% humidity. It was, I told Leslie it was like living inside a nose. I mean, it was horrific. So this was the third. Getting a cold. I drew a tissue box. These are all pictures that I took. These are all Instagram pictures that I took, and I wanted to do something with them. These are Instagram pictures also. I don't know what I'm saving them for, so I just want to put them on my my pages, and at least I'll get some enjoyment out of having had them made. This is Lily. Actually, she's kind of almost done. I really am liking the way it came out. And then this was today. I went back to just highlighting one word that kind of, okay, so this is clean out car, and I just highlighted car, and this is I need to buy a frame, and I just highlighted frame. And so, I mean, basically I'm trying to do it in a more linear fashion than when I had sectioned everything off, but still figure out a way to, I don't really like highlighters, and as you saw from my test, the highlighters are like iffy on the paper. So I was just looking for another way to, if I don't group like items, to figure out what I have to do. And then this morning I decided for things I need to do multiple times, I was going to draw these little pictures. So I have water, I have coffee, I have exercise, and what I do with the exercise is I am committed to walking an hour a day, but I do it in 10-minute increments. So if I'm watching a video that's 10 minutes long, it's just perfect. I'll walk in place while I'm watching the video. This is for Zicam because I'm getting a cold, and this is my meds, and I lumped my meds and vitamins in together because my mentor is on like some new medicine that I have to remember, so it's just easier that way. But I think that came out pretty cute, actually. I really I'm gonna do that. I mean, the drawings take no time at all. They're tiny. They're just really tiny. If you know how small the boxes are in the Hobonichi. So I guess that's really pretty much it. That's up to today, and we're just hanging out. Winter hasn't been feeling that well lately. Actually, he has a urinary tract infection, actually, but I don't think that's what it is. I actually think he's having a thyroid problem. So we're just waiting for some. The preliminary lab work made it look like it was, yeah, it actually was his thyroid, and he is symptomatic. Greyhounds have a different thyroid normal than regular dogs, but his was even at the bottom level of the greyhound thyroid cutoff. So just waiting for some to lab work to come back, and we're just hanging out. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching, And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope maybe you can springboard some idea into something that works for you. And I'm probably going to do something when I get the Hobonichi stuff, because it's not around that long. It sells out really fast and then you can't buy it. I usually use stuff for a pretty long time before I show it or do a review on it, but I don't think that's possible with the Hobonichi stuff because it sells out so fast. So I'll probably show it in another video when I get it, although I certainly won't be able to review it or do anything like that, but I mean, it might help somebody decide whether they want to buy or not. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a wonderful day.